everyone! Today I'm making a goat milk soap. Here's my goat milk that I get at my local store. See, it's kosher, not that it matters. And I'm using local honey and I'm using oatmeal. So I am making oatmeal, milk, and honey soap. And I'm using fragrance called oatmeal, milk, and honey. Now, when you're using oatmeals, I'm going to put these in a blender. However, it's very important, look on the ingredients and make sure it is only oatmeal. You don't want those fast cook kind of oatmeals that have sugar or additives in them. And this is my blend of oils that I call suds. I'm also going to make a hot process batch, and I'm going to use yogurt instead of the milk. And same as the oats, make sure that your yogurt does not have any sugar. So mine is a high-fat Greek yogurt with no sugar in it. And the hot process method I'm going to use, I'll add this at the last moment. I was looking for a very simple method, and I found this great blog entry on modern soap making. I'll put a link to this in the description box. She has a very simple method that she uses to make hot process soap. And after reading it, I thought that this is something I can do. So let's give it a try today. First, because I want to compare cold process to hot process, let's whip up the cold process batch first. I have lots of videos showing how I do this. I have my batter here in my crock pot. I'm going to put on my safety glasses and I'm wearing my gloves. I stick blend the same recipe that I use for cold process. However, I've used distilled water so far in here. And then after I have the soap made, I'm going to add the yogurt. That's the difference between the two. I've read that if you're using goat milk in this process, I would use powder, and I don't have goat milk powder, so we will go with yogurt in this soap. Stick blend it up, and her next instructions are on low heat. We cover it with plastic to keep the moisture in. So I'm going to give this a covering with my Glad cling wrap, and I'm going to put the lid on and give this about an hour to heat up. Right now we are at 79 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll go do something else for a while and see how it heats up. An hour later, we're at 101 degrees Fahrenheit, and the batter is thickening along the sides of the crock pot. So I'm going to open it up and give it a stir. The instructions were that this doesn't have to be gelled all the way through. Beginning of the gel phase will continue after I put it in the mold. And let's give it a stir. Ooh, cool. Ooh, 180. It's very hot. Now, I'm going to add the fragrance and the oatmeal, because those won't scald, and we'll bring the temperature down by stirring them in. And then the honey and the yogurt, and then we'll get this in the mold. And her instructions were right. This still is very fluid. I'm going to have no problem getting this into the mold. Smells good. Now after I'm done piping the top, and I'm going to put on some bubble wrap, I'm piping it with cold process batter. So, which I've had left over from my batch I've already made. And then these are going to go in the freezer. I'm pouring in the honey, and then next we'll do the yogurt. (163 Fahrenheit). Ooh, things are starting to turn orange. I guess that's the honey burning. I don't know. Let's get the yogurt in. There wasn't much hope for it looking any better, so I scooped it into my mold, and it looks pretty ugly like this. I'm going to do a little bit of work to make it more attractive. I put some bubble wrap on to give a honeycomb appearance, and then, because my batter was too thick to pipe, I'm going to use a spoon to get a pretty texture on top. I just went back and forth with my spoon. Hey everyone, I'm back to cut my 2 loaves of soap here. So this one is the hot process, and this is the cold process. And the 2 main differences between them is, of course, this one is darker. I kind of cooked the yogurt. I could have waited. Now it had, when I was pouring it, some white spots, which I was quite worried were maybe the yogurt not quite stirred in enough, and it's not. It is just, it's hard white soap batter, so it's kind of a neat look. And those white spots are harder than the rest. The only difference I think in, besides the color, is this one is harder soap, which is what I wanted, because my oatmeal milk and honey takes a long time to cure. It's like 6 to 8 weeks because it's soft. That's the only thing I'm waiting for it to harden up, so that, you know, if a customer were to use it and it just disintegrates because it's not hard enough, you know, that would be an unhappy customer. So I think this one is going to stand up better and be ready faster for sales. However, it doesn't look as pretty, in my opinion, as this one. Well, let's cut it and see. Also the topping, I made a mistake. I was using, this is the exact same batter. This is cold process topping. And I thought it would set aside and not harden up so that I could pipe it with the exact same piping tip. And it didn't. It set up enough, so much that I couldn't pipe it. So I just made it look with a textured top. And actually it's more rustic and kind of neat looking. And the person that's looking for goat milk, oatmeal milk, and honey soap, I think they will actually probably prefer this one. They're looking for a rustic, natural soap, I think. Anyway, let's cut into these. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make my oatmeal milk and honey soap today. I hope that you have a very nice rest of the day, and take good care of yourself and take care of everyone around you. See you in the next video. Bye, everybody.